What's up, everybody? It's your boy. I am tired of these Negroes. I am Quartet.
I'm Ebony.
Part 2.
I'm Ebony. Part 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and
What
girls.
is part 2?
Mistakes of all ages.
I can't wait to see this in
The
playback.
culture section is proud to present it to you from North Carolina by the way of Garner,
I'm dead, bro.
the one and the only. I know y'all miss me. Tyler, the greatest. Me. Haters are gonna hate. Can't I get a witness? Up in here. Up in here.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Ooh. Welcome to
Up in here. Up in here.
So disrespectful, bro.
Welcome to another explosive episode of the Culture Section Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fans of the Culture Network
shoot.
YouTube channel.
That's my bad.
Follow us. I know. Don't worry. We ain't got no interns. Follow. Check out the podcast on Google Play, Spotify, Audible. I will on camera.
I'm distracted.
Hold up.
All right, we've got more on that wild story unfolding in Creola.
A shootout on Skidmore leaving a woman, her husband, and her lover. We've got our Lacey Beasley on this story. It's a mystery of sorts, getting reaction from the neighbors too, and a lot of people are shocked about this.
Hey, Byron and Lenice. Yes, all the neighbors I talked to couldn't believe this happened on their street. And as more details come out, it only gets more and more unbelievable. Frank and Tracy Reeves live at this house on Skidmore Road in Creola. Neighbors say they keep to themselves and things are normally quiet until Sunday night when shots rang out.
Just because all the weather stuff was going on, I just assumed that it was a big thunder because it sounded so loud and so close.
Deputies say Frank Reeves got into a gun battle inside the home with the man he thought was an intruder. But investigators say that man, Michael Amaker, is Tracy Reeves' boyfriend. According to deputies, Tracy was letting Amaker live inside the home for more than a year, and her husband never had a clue. But Sunday night, that secret began to unravel.
My wife and I have lived here for 13 years. Never, ever saw anything go on like this.
Investigators say both men shot each other. Frank was hit in the chest. Amaker shot in the leg and elbow, both taken to the hospital. A neighbor seeing the aftermath.
And we saw them bring out the suspect and also the man that was shot, the other man that was shot. And they both seemed to be okay. They weren't saying much. In fact, the suspect did not say a word. He looked like he was way out of it.
Mobile County Sheriff's Captain Paul Birch says Amaker and Tracy Reeves were high on methamphetamines, calling this one of the most bizarre cases he's ever seen.
It was just a very odd scene to have to work with, something that we really I haven't seen that particular type case in 30 plus years. So.
Neighbors still wishing Frank a speedy recovery.
I just pray that Mr. Frank is all right. I know he went to the hospital. Hope he recovers well, and I just hope, all the situation that's happened, that it's resolved.
I hate that it happened to Frank because he's just not the kind of person to be a troublemaker. And I hope he's okay. I haven't heard anything yet.
Amaker has been charged with attempted murder, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of a firearm with an altered serial number. Deputies say Amaker apparently limited his trips to the bathroom to stay hidden because they found bottles in his room full of urine. Reporting live, Lacey Beasley, Fox 10 News.
I'll go ahead and tell you.
Don't you remember?
Don't let the news lie to y'all. This is not no boyfriend. He been hid in no house for no year. Nobody ain't no meth head in this house. You know what it is? Is they had an open relationship. They probably was inviting him to sleep with both of them. Things got out of hand. Someone was falling in love. Somewhere there was a dispute and they got in the fight and start fighting and gunshot was made. Ain't no way someone living in your house for a whole year and you don't know. I can understand if you was living in a mansion.
That's what someone else
He's
said.
living in just
How?
a nice ranch house. They talking about she was bringing him food and had him peeing in jars and stuff.
Yeah.
You smell that in that house. That house was nice. That house probably smelled like apples and oranges and fruits
I can't.
and stuff. And man, if he's like me, what person don't go and walk through their house? I know I walk through my house. Yes, I know you don't, but I always walk through my house for some reason. It's just a habit that I have. You mean you ain't checked out none of the rooms lately? The doors just shut. You don't do no dusting, no changing no clothes. You don't do no vacuuming, no sweeping. You don't see if something's out of place. It was raining. You don't check the ceiling to see if you got water leaks.
You know what it remind me of?
You trying to tell me you saw the movie Boy where he was
Once
living
you
in the wall
go,
or something?
once you go, I got something to say.
Is it Boy?
Go ahead, Ebony.
Yeah, there's that other movie you was watching lately
Aftermath.
too.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
Netflix.
that movie.
That
Yeah,
was
this
scary.
ain't one of
That
those
was
though.
scary.
This was a wife talking about she was sleeping with a boyfriend
That
for
was
a
the
whole year.
backstory
had
of that
living
one
there.
was.
Hey, but did you hear what the newscaster said about the husband?
What's that?
It makes something up.
The husband went to the bathroom and looked at the toothbrush and said, "What's this yellow stuff?"
See?
It's kind of funny. The husband happens to come home one day and the man is there. He think he's a intruder. You trying to tell me the husband must have
Shut
a
up.
concealed to carry?
Well,
because he was already strapped when he seen the man. Ain't that crazy? And the man was already strapped too. How is there two people?
Exactly.
One man in the house who ain't expecting nobody to be
Somebody
there
lying.
but his lover, and a husband who walk in with a gun too. So two men, just one standing there naked with a gun, one walking in the house with a gun.
Well, first of all, she got real high. She said, "I hear something."
The devil is a lie.
I can't.
Because think about it. They had to have a safe place where they was having sex at, and it probably was the room he was living in. So when they heard something, all he had to do was stay there, and she just walk out. And if she's naked...
They were done, and he was thirsty.
What
He was.
alternate universe are y'all
If they was
in?
naked...
He wanted a cup of water and a
she
Smithfield
should have
chicken cup.
she should have went and got that cup of water.
In case y'all was wondering why we don't have on headphones.
Yo, I
it's
heard what he
because-
just said. She just said he wanted a cup of water and a Smithfield's barbecue cup.
As high
For
as
a year.
as high as they chicken did, y'all to be giving us free chicken.
For a year. You was hiding him
That'd be trash.
in the house for a year. How was y'all going on vacation?
How long?
I mean, man, he must have been quiet as a mouse. He must have never coughed. He must have never sneezed, farted.
He did.
My goodness. He must have... I'm hurt.
Hey.
He must have never had pains and aches in his body. He must have never watched television. He must have watched it on mute and looked at it.
How long did it take before you discovered that Smithfield barbecue was trash?
Oh, grow up. Actually, start eating everything but the fries. You're like, And the
And the barbecue sandwiches
Now
are
imagine
delicious.
that. Imagine that's her husband.
I'm dead, bro.
You just
You talking about over a year this man was living there. He won't living there. They was having what is it when three people what's that relationship called? Polyamorous?
Oh.
Polyamorous?
You know what else they said? though?
Polarities?
You know what else? It was a cameraman said this
Did he?
off on the side. He said.
What did he say?
He said the husband used to be like, "Man, every time I try to unclog the doggone sink, the Drano gone."
Did he say that?
You know, yeah. Why he always unclogging the drain for it anyway?
You know, because they say they use the Drano for the meth.
And the funny thing is, I didn't know that. The funny thing is, did they actually find meth at the house? Did they actually find
There's
meth?
plenty of videos. I don't know.
Did they find meth?
How'd you know that?
Y'all been trying to act like y'all don't be out here.
Because he researched it. He probably, sometimes you get at a low point in your life, you're like, man, what's out here can make me feel
Ain't
low?
no shade in there, bro.
Jesus.
No shade in there.
What
no
can
shade
I-
in that,
What can I do to make myself
low
feel
part of
good?
your life.
You know, when drinking don't do it no more, when cocaine don't do it no more,
Good
when
night.
snorting and heroin don't do it no more, you just trying to reach that point. I wonder they find crystal meth at the house for them to say he was a meth head. Because I didn't hear no drug charges. I heard attempted murder.
That is weird.
And that's on the boyfriend.
Very weird.
They ain't say nothing about no drug charges.
I don't know, bro.
And there's a charge for the gun
Breaking
they said
and
that he
entering.
had.
I don't know, bro.
Breaking and entering.
How was it breaking and entering when he was living there? The wife let him in. There can't be no breaking and entering. He was already inside. I guess it could be outing and entering or something. I don't know, because he was already there.
I can't.
I just want y'all to know.
What was she doing in the middle of the night, sneaking in there to get him something?
He went to get
She
him
said
some
she
water.
she taking them food. I was like, and she was able to look at all them pee bottles. Ooh, you gotta have a strong stomach for that.
He can discard his own.
Imagine if he had 20 pee bottles.
He can
And
discard his
all of
own.
them was dark.
No, imagine he had
Dark
Imagine he had
green.
diarrhea. What about when he had to do number 2? What was he doing for that?
He put
The
it in
husband had to
newspaper.
go to work.
He put it in a newspaper
And
just
now I
wrapped it
know
up.
it's smelling up the house.
The husband is
That
at
husband
work.
saying that no.
Unless there is
Damn
an
it.
answer that we're not looking at.
Yeah, what's that?
Unless everybody was on meth.
Nah, everybody went on meth.
'Cause
They was sleeping
Because they say
together.
meth
Probably
takes
so.
away your smell.
Di-
Okay,
Like-
I
like
just made that
COVID.
up.
Made that
I
up.
just made that up.
He
I just-
literally
Like
just
I can't help but
meth-
make it up because it was
meth
so
takes
funny.
away your
Take away your smell like
yes, I
COVID.
know the husband was going to work, but you do have bowel movements and stuff when the husband's home. You trying to tell me he made sure he got everything out his system for the husband got there? If he did, there
Yes.
wouldn't be no pee bottles. So I know if he was in there peeing, he was in there stinking
You can
too.
drink and not eat.
Probably wasn't even taking baths.
He said, "What's this purple and white stuff on a new tissue?"
Yeah, didn't the husband realize his drawers was getting missing? Where's all my drawers at? Man, I used to circulate a whole month. Now I run out of drawers every other 3 days.
What's this off pink stuff in my drawers?
Yeah, who clothes am I wearing?
It's happening.
This right here make you really search the whole house.
Oh man, he
Ain't
had something
lying.
horrible.
No,
was
that movie Aftermath
He
on
was
Netflix
hitting his
make you search
wife
the whole
raw,
house.
and the boyfriend was hitting the wife
you seen
raw.
that movie on
He
Am-
was going in right behind the boyfriend. Both of them smashing the same woman.
Have you seen that movie on Netflix?
What movie?
It's called Aftermath. The guy,
Yeah, you should check it out. It's actually pretty good.
he don't like scary movies. It ain't
To
scary.
me,
It's
to
creepy.
me, it started off like a
creepy.
Lifetime movie, but
Yeah.
at the end, they actually upped that game.
Yeah.
They waited to the very end to really
Yeah.
up that game. Because I was like, is this Lifetime?
You think the
Boy,
house
when
is
you
haunted.
see them fingers come across that corner, I was like, nope, there's no Lifetime in this.
First of all, I ain't finna go through my house like, what's that? I don't know what that is.
You better. You start hearing noises, you better watch out.
Because it could be a man with piss bottles in the back room.
Yeah. You living there. Watch this. You ain't been in your studios in 3 weeks. You open the door, y'all gonna have a gunfight.
First,
Watch it, he gonna be throwing keyboards at you.
Lord have
Lights.
mercy, bro.
I didn't even know my keyboard could do that.
Imagine that though. You the husband, you walk in. And the thing is, he thought he was an intruder though. Like a man that had broken into his house. A butt-naked man that had broken into his house.
That's
I
how you
put
know
a gun in his hand.
there's something wrong with that story.
How many? How bad do your sense of smell have to be eliminated before you not
Man,
realize?
Think
there's
about what
another
his
person in
family's saying about him. They probably call him stupid and dumb.
You know what they saying? You're an idiot.
Yeah.
They don't care. They, when they probably came to visit him at the hospital, they were like, "We praying for you." And then when they walk out, they say, "You're an idiot."
Yeah, this guy dumb. I'm glad he won the gunfight, but he dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they both got shot, so he really didn't win. But at least he ain't getting charged, though.
Yeah.
The boyfriend is getting charged with attempted murder.
And the wife probably.
That's
Right?
anytime.
No, the wife ain't getting charged at all. They
tell you something.
told her she was a genius for getting away with it for so long. They was like, listen, you so we can't do nothing to you. You so smart.
I can't.
We need her to smuggle people in the country.
Thank you.
All the women police officers like, tell us your secret. Tell us your secret.
Tell us your secret. You're such a great woman.
It's just so weird. I have nothing to
You
look
brought
at.
the man food. Won't your husband wonder why you're taking food to a room that nobody in?
It's so,
You just walk
it's just so weird.
I'm feeding Casper the friendly ghost.
Would you be mad? Would you be mad if somebody walked up and said, "God has you covered"?
See how I gotta keep turning my neck to look at y'all? I don't like this.
You don't like it? I like the way you act like a kid like this. Don't look at me then. Haters
I'm supposed to look
are
at you
gonna
when you talk.
look at the camera.
I'm gonna sit on the
Tell
other
it.
side.
First, I wasn't cool. I was
I
petrified.
gotta look past you and look at him like this.
It has its
I'm like
challenges.
this right here. Look.
I'm not used to this. It has its challenges.
Mistakes of all ages.
It has its
I'm
challenges.
going back behind the camera y'all next week. It's okay.
No, you fine.
I'm going behind the camera y'all.
Next week, I think you gotta do studio work next week. I can't remember which one it is.
You know, you ever heard of that stuff where you just make it up as you go along?
Yeah, that's what just
That's what
happened
you
just
do.
then.
That's what just happened just then.
I'm pretty sure that's what he does.
I literally would think to myself,
I don't know how
I
y'all
wonder if
always,
she.
I don't know how y'all always end up changing the subject, man. This is like
You
You
do it all
can't help
the
it when your
time.
for
mind.
me. Yes, but mine flows from what
When
we
your
were talking about
mind
to
is a
something.
melting pot.
Y'all literally
of
keep going back to the
information.
production stuff.
See, sometimes
Mine goes from one subject to the next. Y'all keep going back to production.
I realize I'm talking to a cabinet.
I think that
Okay.
that is a cabinet, a China cabinet
Thank
from
you.
back in your
So, it was
in
weird.
my grandmother's days.
what happens is
I think it was hers.
when your
They had to refinish
intellect
and everything.
meets your spiritual level,
I can't.
you can maneuver between subjects with deep
You
ramifications.
went back to that. Yep.
I actually stopped listening.
Yep. That's
Did
what
y'all watch
happens.
Godfather in Harlem?
No.
God,
I don't like old movies.
that's not an old movie. It's a new show about Bumpy Johnson.
Oh, see that name? I don't know who that is.
Can I just?
What
Can
show
I?
you watching now?
Nope.
What is it called? The
Nope.
murder show?
Oh, on Hulu.
Yeah.
With Steve Martin and
Oh my God, you watching
Martin
that too?
Sheen and Celine.
Oh my God, we're
Of
watching
course
that
I
too.
do. For some reason, I like those type of shows. As always, my name is Haim Quartet.
I'm Ebony.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry y'all had to endure
sad.
such pains.
This new configuration is throwing me off a
I'm
little.
sad. Me too.
It makes me feel great. Shout out the greatest me, don't cry, has left the building. Haters are still gonna hate.
See,
Can I get a witness?
No. See when we
Up in here, up in here.
see when we see it.
Deuces.